Hi, I'm Amy. Today we're going to use our foam rollers to do a beginning level foam roller release session, and you can use it in a lot of different ways. You could use it before you're working out to relax your muscles. You could use it after you're done with your workout to get a deeper feeling of release in the muscles you just worked, or you can use it at the end of the day to relax and unwind. Just put on some comfy clothes and let's get started. Place the roller in front of you and come down onto it so your thighs are on top of your roller. Pull your abs in a little bit and start rolling on the tops of your thighs. We're going to roll from just above the knee to just below the hip, looking for tight spots. And if we find tight spots, stay there and roll on that section just a little bit to try to get some release in the tight spot. So we'll work our way up our thighs. And as we do this, incorporating some breathing for relaxation. As we roll, let's turn both of our knees to the left. And so we're on the inside of one leg and the outside of the other. So this can start to highlight if you have some tightness in the outside or inner part of your thigh. So rolling up and down. And now let's turn our knees the other way. So we've got our knees turning to the right. We're still rolling inside of one leg, outside of the other leg. And just finding some tight spots. If we find them, roll there for a little bit. Breathing and using these foam rollers to get some release in the legs. We're going to target a little higher up on the leg now. We're going for the top of the thigh at the hip crease. Turn to your side and place the roller just at your hip crease, at the top of your thigh, and sink down into the roller. Your top leg, put your foot on the floor and put some weight in that foot so you can roll forwards and backwards. And you'll find a place at the top of the thigh where when you roll forwards onto it, you'll feel some muscle release there. We're at the top of the thigh. We're not above the hip bone though. So we're just at the top of the thigh, rolling front back. And we're going to do a series now for the whole side of the body. So we'll start here with this front back motion. Just working that top of the leg, breathing into it. Then come down onto your side. Extend your bottom arm out straight and place the back of your armpit on the foam roller. Scissor your leg so your top foot is forward so you can put a little weight in that foot. Reach your top arm up to the ceiling. You're going to roll front back. So again, we're doing a forwards backwards motion. This time we're targeting the back of the armpit. Feels so good. We're at the lats here and front back. I love this release on the roller because it's so hard to get this kind of release any other way. So the roller is so good for this. And we're front back. We'll do 2 more times. And front back. Come up, and now we're going to the outside of the thigh. Place the roller just below the top of your thigh. Go on to your side, place one elbow down and one palm down. Your top leg is going to be bent and foot on the floor. Now we're rolling along the side of the thigh. This can be very painful if you're new to this. So put as much weight as you need to in this top foot and just roll in small sections. And we'll work our way up. So let's start down by the knee. And now we'll just move our roller, go to the middle of the leg. Now, as you're doing this, if you need more pressure down, you want more feeling of release, stack your legs and roll that way. Smooth roll, breathing, using whatever modification for you feels good. This should feel good. And rolling. This will get easier with time if you stick with it. You'll notice a difference in even a week or 2 weeks if you do it fairly regularly, maybe 3 times a week. Okay, coming down, we're going to do that whole set on the other side. So placing the top of the other thigh right on top of the foam roller. We've got one elbow down, top hand on the mat, top leg bent. We are going to roll forwards, backwards. We're sinking our body weight into the foam roller as we do this release work. Front, back. And keep going. We'll do about 3 more times. Front, back, sinking into the roller, top of the thigh. Now take your roller, roll it down to your armpit, back of the armpit. Top leg will be forward. Relax that bottom arm onto the floor. Top arm reaching, rotate forwards, backwards. Sinking the body weight in to the foam roller. And front, back. On these, we can do about 8 to 10 reps of each thing. Forwards, backwards, breathing, and feeling that great feeling of release in the back of the armpit. And one more time. Front, back. Coming up, let's do the side of our thigh. Pull the roller in towards you, lift up, place at the top of your thigh here. One elbow down, one hand down, top leg, bend it and place your foot on the floor. Put some weight in that foot to start as you roll up and down your leg. Let's start down at the knee. We'll roll there. We'll do some sections here. Put as much weight into your arms and top foot as you need to make this feel good. Rolling up and down the side of the leg. This one can feel very intense. For more release, more pressure, stack your legs one on top of the other and rolling from just below the hip to just above the knee. Up and down. We'll do about 4 more times. And 3, 2, and 1 more time. Coming down onto the mat. Let's do our calves. So for calves, you're going to extend your legs out. We'll have one leg straight and one leg bent to start. So lean back. I've got my left leg straight and my right leg is bent. I'm going to lift up and start rolling side to side. We're lifted up to try to get a little more pressure. And we're going on a side to side motion across the muscle fibers to try to get some release. If you need more, take your right leg and cross it over your left leg and you'll get more pressure down into the rollers. You go side to side. So we'll start down by the ankle and then we'll just start moving it up. When I move up, I like to sit down for a moment, move my leg to where I want it to be. So I sit down, move it, and then lift up and roll. We're going to go all the way up to just below the knee. And let's do all the way up, side to side motion, rolling out our calves. Okay, we'll switch legs. So we'll take our right leg on. Let's start by the ankle. Left leg will be bent, lift up and start rolling side to side with the right leg pressing down into the foam roller. If you need more pressure, cross that left leg over and side to side roll. This is a great way to target each section of your calf and just find out a little information about your calves, where they might be tight. If one calf feels tighter than the other, it's completely normal to have an asymmetry in the body, and that's fine. Just rolling, breathing. Let's move it up a little bit more, rocking side to side, rolling out our calves. And here, just rest both feet on, point and flex your feet. Just do 5 times. We're going to do point and flex. We've rolled out the calves, so we'll end with that foot motion. And just 2 more times, point flex and point flex. Pull that roller in sit right on top of it. We're gonna do our glutes now. We're gonna do our bottom left side. So extend the left leg out and relax the left leg. Right leg is bent, foot is on the floor. Sink into it and roll. So I'm a little bit rotated to the side because I'm trying to get right into the center of that glute and just sink down into it. Feels good. And let's do about 3 more times. And 2. And 1. Let's switch it. Bend the left leg, straighten out your right leg. Rotate a little to get into the center of your glute. I'm gonna do this one back view so you can get a little bit different view on this one. We're sinking our body weight into the foam roller and releasing our glutes. Rolling up and down. And sit right down onto your mat. I've got one stretch for you here. This is a little different from release work because we're going to be stretching our hip flexors. But I like to add this one in because it feels good and it's important to stretch our hip flexors. Lift your hips up and pull the roller under your tailbone. And then we're going to start and fold our left leg into the chest. Hug it in with one hand. With your right leg, start extending it out. Keep it bent at first. And extend your right leg out as straight as you can make it without any tension going into your low back. We're trying to stretch the front of our right hip. So as you hold here, pull the left leg in to help keep the tailbone tucked under to protect your low back. Breathe into this deep stretch for our right thigh or our right psoas. Holding here, stretching. When you do this stretch, it's important when you switch legs that you have both legs bent in, not both legs straight out. So we'll do that right now. Bend your right leg in and then extend your left leg out. Start with it bent, hold onto your right knee, and then start moving that left leg away as straight as you can get it. You might need to readjust and pull your roller in a little closer to your head if it starts to kind of sneak out towards your tailbone. Hold and stretch, breathing into this great psoas stretch for our left leg. You can straighten that left leg as much as feels good for you. And we're just targeting right up here, high at the hip, hold and stretch. And then fold both legs in. One more stretch here, extend your legs up almost straight and then open them out to the side. We're doing our inner thigh stretch. Let your legs fold in towards your chest here. We don't want to let our legs move away because it'll load the low back. So let them fold in, hold and stretch. You can gently press with your hands. You can bend your knees if that gives you a better stretch. You can straighten your legs. We're sinking into this inner thigh stretch. So we're using our roller to lift our hips up so we can get this great low back position, relaxed low back position as we stretch our legs. Fold your legs in towards your chest and now push the roller away and rolling right up. We're going to take the foam roller now and use it to roll out the upper back. Lean back onto it so it's in the middle of your rib cage and take your hands behind your head. Support your head with your hands so you can melt back into an upper body extension. This should feel so good. And lift up. Make sure your roller is right in the center of your rib cage to start. We don't want it too low, we don't want it too high. We're going right to the center of the rib cage and melting back. And coming up. Now move your roller a little higher, a little closer up to your head. Take your hands behind your head and melt back. So you can feel how as you move the roller slightly up your spine, you can release different segments of your upper back or of your thoracic spine. So this is a great way to mobilize your upper back. Keep your tailbone grounded on the mat and keep your abs in when you do this so that your low back is supported. Start with the roller now right at the rib cage, hands behind your head. You can lift your hips up an inch or two and start rolling along your rib cage and just stay along your rib cage here. Also, if you have long hair, gather it up in your hands so that it doesn't get caught under your foam roller and rolling along your rib cage. support your head with your hands. You can let your head drop back a little bit. This should feel good. Breathe into this. As you are rolling here, just sink your body back and enjoy. Coming up, and let's turn our rollers now for a big chest stretch. Sit right on the end of your roller and then roll back so your head is completely supported. We'll start here. Reach your arms up and open your arms out to a T stretch. If the back of your hands can touch the floor, great. If not, that's fine too. And for a deeper stretch, turn your palms to face out so your fingertips are touching the floor. I'm going to take my head over to the left slightly, look to the left, keep my head fully supported, and let my head move slightly to the left to emphasize stretching through my right side. So the right side of my neck and chest and my right arm. Big breath in here. Inhale, exhale. And let's look the other way. So we're going to look to the right. Let the head move slightly off the right of the roller, but keep it fully supported. And big breath in. Inhale, exhale to stretch the left side of your neck and your arm. Looking straight up towards the ceiling, let's do some arm circles. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, circle around. Big arm circles, feel so good. Inhale, reach back. Exhale to circle. Keep your low back grounded towards your roller. And when you inhale, expand all the way into the low rib cage. Big breath in, expand your lungs. Exhale. One more circle this way. And we're circling the other way. Reverse your circle. Inhale as your arms glide out to the side. Exhale as you reach your arms back down to your start position. Let's do 4 more times. Big arm circle, big chest stretch, big breathing. And 3, 2 more. 2, and last one. And complete that circle. We've been on the roller for a little while, so to get off the roller, we'll roll right onto the mat, push your roller away, and let your back settle for a moment. And then fold your legs into your chest, hold onto your thighs, and roll right up. So we are finished. That is our release work session. I hope that you feel looser than when you started. And if you liked this session, but you want to ramp it up a little and incorporate some exercises and some more advanced roller work, be sure to try out my advanced roller series. That's part of this playlist. Thanks for joining me.